Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Rula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It is Wednesday, October 16 of 2024, and it's 6:03 a.m. with Rula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. Happy Wednesday. It's fall, crisp feelings and windy.
It does feel nice out.
Oh, my goodness, it's here. Well, for maybe
Is
one
it here?
day.
I don't know if it's here.
In the morning. Right now it is. Right now it is.
I mean, this is a cold front. It's not even going to get in the 80s today.
Well, that's great then.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's amazing.
Welcome to San Diego.
I mean, it really
July.
In a
is.
July day. Exactly. August.
Yeah, like a high of 77 today.
It's 2 seconds of hours. That is
Imagine if
amazing. I love it.
It was like this during the summertime.
Oh, yeah.
We had to move.
So nice.
We couldn't afford to live here.
Oh, my God.
No,
yeah.
this would be the new California.
They
I
jack
know.
all the prices
Eric,
up and everything.
This weekend, I saw your wife in Galveston, and the water was super, super clear. If people did not see my Instagram at Radio Rula, I could not believe it. I was in disbelief. And Negi and I said, if the water was like this all the time, the houses would be 6 times the price
Yep.
because it looked so good for 2 days straight. I couldn't
It's like it
believe
would
how
just
good
change
it
right
looked.
then. All those people would be millionaires.
It's insane. It was insane how nice it looked. And it was very busy in Galveston this weekend, but I don't know.
Is that from the hurricane from last?
I think so. I mean,
Milton?
what are the odds that Helene happens, Galveston had clear water? Milton happened, Galveston had clear water. It has to be related to the hurricane.
Whenever there's very calm weather and not a lot of wind, then you're not going to have all that churning up of the silt there in the shallows. That's why it's so brown. And Eric knows, and anyone else who's taken a cruise knows, that once you get out to about maybe the 15-mile mark, then you see blue water.
Maybe even 7 miles now.
Yes, it's real close. As soon as you get out there to where it gets deeper
crazy.
and
Yeah.
that silt can fall, then it's beautiful water. But unfortunately, we have that very shallow area, and it churns it up with the
It's a
tide
lovely
and the
shade
wind.
of brown.
It was so
Chocolate
nice.
milk.
It was
Chocolate
so
milk.
nice this weekend. So nice. So today we have more chances for you to become a finalist for Say It for Sabrina, because that show's getting closer and closer. October 27 at the Toyota Center, 8 o'clock this morning. Don't forget that phrase. Who asked me yesterday that saw me, is it okay if I try and win this? I go, just because you know me personally doesn't mean you can't win. As long as you don't live with me. I can't win, but you can. Try all you want.
You're like, I don't answer the phones.
Write down the phrase at 8, and then try about 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And try and be a finalist for Say It with Sabrina. It's pretty fun. Good times.
Yesterday on text, Sam, we were talking, and I didn't know it was the anniversary for your dad.
Yes.
Is it 2 years?
It's 2 years
Why
from.
don't you tell everyone what that was 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah. So, 2 years ago, I went up to Pennsylvania for my baby shower for Santiago and to see my little brother. He had a soccer game. And at the soccer game, my dad had a massive heart attack. And my husband was up there and thank God was able to give him CPR until the ambulance arrived and they were able to take him. But my dad died twice before they were able to bring him back. So with his massive heart attack, that was 2 years ago. It was the most stressful time in my life because, you know, we were going up there to celebrate a baby shower and spending time with
Birth.
Connor. Yeah. And then this past weekend, I went up for my aunt's burial. And then I went to Connor's soccer game again. And it's just like
Same place?
same place.
Oh.
And so
It
the
triggered a
feeling,
lot of
yeah,
memories.
the feeling that I got, I was like, wow, Connor does this every single day because he has practice there. He does. So
Maybe
it's
he gets
like,
used to it, but it's like when
I
someone
guess-
dies and you go home and you go maybe once a year, you feel like they're still
Hit
alive.
you harder.
yeah,
'Cause
it
you're not-
definitely hit me really, really
That
hard.
hit. Oh, man.
And then to
Also,
see,
he's not as emo.
shut up.
What do you mean by that? Wait, back up. What's
Because
he's not
Sam is
as
so emo. Sam is the least compassionate. So let's
I was, you could just feel it. I mean, even my uncle, because my dad mentioned like, hey, you know, coming up is 2 years. So we parked in the same parking lot.
Oh, wow.
Everything. And then for me to be up there, like, it's just all the
timing.
things were just kind of lining up that when he went to go get the car, my uncle walked with him to go get the car. And I was like,
This is weird.
It's got to be so emotional.
We can kind of breathe. Yeah.
Now, Sam,
It's like his 2-year birthday.
I think
It is. So that's what we do. We consider this his birthday. So I got him a shirt that said, "I survived a heart attack," and all I got was this dang shirt.
And he lost a lot of weight.
He's lost a lot of weight. He's taking great care of himself. He was playing with Santiago the whole entire time I was up there. My mom even put in like old videos of my dad playing with me when I was Santiago's age, my mom playing with me. Like, it was just such a sweet trip to go up there for such a sad event of my aunt passing.
I'm sure he's always getting checkups too, right?
He is,
Always
yeah. So he's really taking care of himself, taking his medication, checking
Not drinking
his,
as much Pepsi.
Well, I don't know.
Gotta
He's
have one
going
vice.
to sugar-free, which
Oh,
is
sugar
not
free.
any
That's
better.
not exactly healthy.
No.
I think people need to
sodium.
know how
Golly.
much your husband played a role in saving his life. I mean,
man.
we learned because he did CPR. Do you guys remember when we had CPR? Little
Redcross.org.
Red
You
Cross,
book your whole
yeah.
company to learn how to
right
do
in
CPR.
here and how difficult it was. How long did your husband perform
Oh, man.
CPR on your dad?
I honestly don't have the minute for that. In my mind, it felt like an eternity. It just felt like it was forever because, my dad was in the passenger seat. And so Mark was able to lower the passenger seat because you're supposed to be on the floor. Well, my dad was a big dude. Mark could not manually get him out. And my mom was freaking out, obviously, because she was with Mark and I was with Connor to go and get his car. So I wasn't able to, be there and assist. And luckily,
He was doing it more in like 20 minutes, wasn't he?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, it felt that way. I think ambulance luckily arrived very, very quickly and they were able to get him on, the gurney and put him in, but they were still trying to make sure that his heart was coming back up. And it didn't for a really long time, which was terrifying.
So what do we learn? Redcross.org. You can learn how to do CPR. Your family can learn.
So important to
your
learn.
company can learn. Your group of friends can learn. When I first had my first child, I did CPR classes so I could learn how to save an infant just in case because
Yeah.
you freak out on all the things.
All the
and
things.
then I was
How
like,
do they choke? All of that.
yeah,
Yes.
because you have to do CPR different on a baby than an adult. And Redcross.org, they teach you a lot, so it's good. I'm glad your dad's living
thanks
his
for letting
best
me
life
talk
the
about
last
that.
2
Yeah.
years.
Every time you say goodbye, do you think of, okay, I got to say this?
No, my dad and I are
I used to
such...
think that ways to say goodbye to my parents.
No.
Just in case it's the last time I ever see them.
Yeah, I think at this point, my dad has such a weird humor anyways. Like, that's why I got him the shirt, like, I survived a heart attack and all I got was this dang shirt. Because he will wear that and he'll just be silly. But it's more of those things, like I told him, like, hey, I'm coming up for Faye's burial. That was my aunt. Don't die on me this time when
my
I come
God.
up. Like that
Right?
kind of stuff.
Don't ruin
Like,
my trip, Dad.
I'm like, come on, you got a grandson now. Like, keep it together. So we try and make it lighthearted because it was such a terrifying moment in our family.
Well, humor is how you keep yourself going.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Did he have to get a bypass or a stint or I
believe he had to get his stint, and one of his valves is still leaking.
Oh, Lord.
So we aren't in the clear, obviously, after a heart attack like that. But with him staying on top of everything, I'm hoping that all of his doctors are saying everything looks really good. So it's kind of just one of those things, like, don't dwell on it. Just make sure you're taking your medication, trying to take, the best care of yourself.
Yeah, good diet.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, with all the advances we have in medicine, the way we can save people from heart conditions, like, who thought of a stent? Who thought
Right.
of
Yeah.
putting a
It's
little
incredible.
balloon in your blood vessel to keep
Widening
it open
the arteries.
Smart people.
so your blood can flow?
That's all they think about. They're, instead of people going out to a football game or to party with their friends, they're in the lab.
Yes.
There's these people right now are
Yeah.
doing stuff that we don't
Saving
even know about.
our loved ones.
Thank God for them.
I have to get a balloon in my face for my sinuses.
Again?
In your nose?
No, they
Another
didn't. They
one,
never
it
did that
popped
before.
out.
They
Oh, I
never
thought you
did.
had that thing in your
That
sinus cavity. the
was
vacuum.
endoscopic nasal sinus surgery.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, did you
Lord.
have like your palate reduced?
That was something different. I got all kinds of messed up
Man.
things in my
Is it
because I
blue?
have because I got that fat meaty nose
Is that,
and
balloon, is
throat.
it that one I see on TikTok? They put that balloon in the nose and they blow it up and then they pull it out.
I cannot. I
Oh.
will not watch things
I
like
don't
that on
think
TikTok.
so.
And the guy's
Please
like,
don't send that to me.
The guy's like hitting the table like,
Ooh,
Yeah, you're awake for it?
I put that
Yes.
right up there with the hairy guys getting waxed videos.
I
Ew,
don't
who
know what
sees
you're on
those?
there.
I don't know why that algorithm
What?
shows up.
You got some weird porn habits.
I
there,
got
buddy.
no.
I don't know what you're doing over there.
It'll be like a guy who's got a unibrow and they're
Even
just
if I was
ripping
like-
the hair out.
I was like, I'm not even on that algorithm.
Balloons are glorious.
Not Harry Vax.
Glorious. Well, speaking of glorious, who is going to be the big rapid fire winner today? 8 o'clock this morning, we'll do the rapid fire quiz for Paw Patrol tickets coming up next. The Hallmark Channel said, here's my hand at the poker table. And then Lifetime just said, I call that and I raise you.
Ooh.
What are they doing to combat the holiday market for Hallmark movies?
Extra cheesy.
Oh, man. You
Extra
got
gimmicks.
Travis. We got Taylor. Take that, Hallmark.
Ooh.
Okay, we'll talk about that in Scoop. Here's your weather for today.
All right, it's going to be partly sunny today. It looks like a high of only 77. This is going to be a great day. Right now, 65 degrees and 612 on the Roll and Ryan Show.
You know, we're already doing Say It for Sabrina. 8 o'clock every weekday morning, we reveal a phrase, and then you have 4 chances to repeat the phrase back to us to become a finalist for an epic experience at her show, October 27th at Toyota Center. It is you and 3 friends in the KRBE suite, and you don't have to worry about a ride to and from the show because we got that covered. Okay, so Say It for Sabrina is at 8 o'clock this morning, and then you have a chance at 9 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. to be caller 104 and try and win that. Now, if you're a big Post Malone fan,
Yes,
he's going to be
Sam
at the
is.
Woodlands back to back.
I know.
Back to back.
During the week.
It's killing Sam. She can't
really
go.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
weekday show. I know.
I
We
know.
did the greatest job.
It's
but
rough. It's
Starting
rough.
to get real sick, guys.
I know,
Yeah,
I
I
know.
got alarms
That's
going off
sore
at like
throat.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah, next Tuesday and
It could be
Wednesday.
worth it.
Posty's going to be at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion for 2 shows. So to celebrate that, Monday, we're making it Malone Monday here on KRBE. So there's a lot of times I'm going to throw at you right now. 8 a.m., 10
Thank God
a.m.,
his last name
1
began
p.m.,
with an M.
3 p.m. I know, right? 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m. You got that? 810 135. 810 135. We're going to play Post Malone or Post Baloney.
What?
Yes.
Maloney or baloney? Okay. We're going to give you a phrase,
I missed that meaning.
and then you tell us if Post Malone actually said it or if it's something he didn't say. It's a bunch of baloney. Bunch of balona. Okay, so example. I'm the biggest Bud Light advocate in the whole universe. Post Malone actually said that.
Yeah, it sounds like he.
Yeah, well, he's
Bud
he's
Light.
And he's got his own can,
Those
right?
Raising Canes and Bud
Face on
Light.
it.
Yep, he does that Raising
Okay.
Canes
And now
too.
Uggs.
So,
Oh, yeah.
See, he's a marketing machine.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do on Monday in order to hook you up for tickets for the Tuesday and Wednesday shows.
Maloney or baloney?
I was thinking about him in Roadhouse, the remake
Yeah.
on Amazon Prime. He's in it. Like the first scene, he fights Jake Gyllenhaal, but he's chubby and stuff. And now
It
he's
was like
also
before
skinny.
he
So
took care of
You know
himself.
it's got to be killing him when he sees that. It's like,
Oh.
that's not me anymore.
I can do better than that.
It wasn't
Yeah.
with me.
Drink as much
Yeah.
Bud Light, I guess.
No, Bud Light's the skinny one.
Yeah, that's right. It does that.
That's true. It
Okay,
is light. It wasn't Budweiser.
so as we know, it's fall feels outside. If you haven't been outside yet, oh, wow.
Amazing.
I love it.
It's
I
like
love it.
65 degrees
It's
right
amazing.
now.
It's great. It's great. It's great. We finally get a little fall weather because yesterday was boiling hot. 95 million degrees, it felt like. 95. But in the heat index and in your car, I was like, what is this, July? So it's nice to wake up to this nice weather. And so I've been talking about how the Hallmark Channel has been promoting their Christmas movies for so long. They started in the summer by telling us when they're going to start, with their 47 new projects. And one of them features Donna Kelsey, Travis and Jason Kelsey's mom, who, he's Chiefs. Jason was Philly Eagles. Donna Kelsey is a force of her own now. And so Lifetime, which is the direct competitor when it comes to holiday movies for
I
Hallmark,
get them mixed up.
has said now, I call that and I raise you.
What are they doing?
So, they're already doing, on Hallmark, they're doing like a Kansas City Chiefs, themed holiday Hallmark movie. Lifetime is doing Christmas in the Spotlight. It's a movie inspired by Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Oh,
And it's going to be on November 23rd. It's the love story between a pop star and a professional football player.
I can't.
how'd they come up
goodness.
with that?
I can't believe it. That's such an original idea.
I'm sure people will watch it, though. They'll be like, oh,
I
yeah.
know.
of course.
Well, I mean, look at Law and Order. There's a show. It's taken from the headlines.
Oh, yeah,
they
straight up.
fictionalize it, and that has been on the air for like 30 years.
It must
That's
work.
crazy.
It's a great
So,
show, by
the
the
pop
way.
star hasn't found Mr. Right yet, but meets a pro football player backstage at one of her shows. Then he tells the pop star about his crush on her, and they begin dating. Basically pulled from the headlines. That is the story of Travis and Taylor.
If they add bracelets in there, I'm done.
I
can't.
I think Hallmark
If
already
that's-
has that. Like Donna Kelsey exchanges a bracelet or something. Anyway,
They probably will.
Here's how Lifetime.
Right?
This
Then
is
we'll
how
really
Lifetime has to describe it, and I quote: "With each passing day they spend together, their feelings grow stronger. But can it last in the limelight, especially when they both have such hectic schedules?" Well, anyway, other movies that might interest you: The Holiday Junkie with Jennifer Love Hewitt, Christmas at Plum Hill Manor. Is that scary? Maria Menounos is starring in that one.
Oh, no.
Plum Hill Manor. Anything with Manor sounds like a Halloween movie.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Right?
She's got that awful laugh.
Oh, yeah. Kind of
It's like a
goat
gazelle.
laugh.
Maria Menounos.
She's like a gazelle
I wonder if she'll
sound.
do that in the...
I had it for a long time, but that guy that used to work for us that erased our
Yep.
files, erased my laugh tracks. I had Justin Bieber. I had Maria Menounos. I had Seth Rogen. I had all kinds of people.
Celebrity laughs.
Yeah. A Very Merry Beauty Salon is also going to premiere on Lifetime for your Christmas enjoyment from October 21st to January 1st. They're going to stream 100 holiday movies on their app and website.
Oh, God.
They were doing
100.
one where like the cop pulls somebody over.
And they fall in love.
And they fall in love.
Like I
That's
saw
cute.
one yesterday where a cop, they pulled this guy and girl over. And I just see the girl on the side of the road, freaking out. She's crying. And he's like, ma'am, okay, so you're with him. She goes, it was my first date. It was a Tinder date. And so that was their first date. This guy was going 120 miles an hour. The cops were chasing him.
God.
They pulled him over, and then they handcuffed her, and she was just like hyperventilating, freaking out. She's like, well, I felt bad for her. They handcuffed her.
Where did you see this?
It was on TikTok yesterday.
Okay.
It happened a few days ago.
Wow.
And then they, like, hey, calm down, just sit down. And they undid her handcuffs and stuff.
Or
I'm
she's a
thinking,
great
you
actress
ever
because she
wonder
knows he's a heroin
How
dealer.
much of this stuff
Right?
is
Doesn't want to
staged,
get
though?
busted.
Well, that was cops, and
Yeah.
they had it from their
Body cam.
Body cam,
Man.
and they're just talking. I'm like, man, talk about as a parent, you think about your kids dating, like your
Yes.
daughter's dates.
Scares me to death.
You don't know what kind of crazy person. Or what if you find
Same
out?
with date that.
Yeah, it's like I've been in those chases.
You must have given your parents like ulcers.
I just don't think they knew
heart
about
No,
attack.
it.
they didn't know about it now.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
They're
that's
finding
true.
out now, and she's on the show, and her mom listens from Pennsylvania. That's when she's
Is
finding
that
it out.
what ruined my dad?
20 years later.
Your dad listened for 5 years.
Yeah, showed back up. Here comes that stress again.
Uh-oh.
Stop it! I'm never talking
Speaking,
ever
speaking of
again.
stress, what do you think? Could we say universally is the most stressful job in Hollywood as a real life
Working
gig?
with Special K.
No, it's not
In
Hollywood. though.
Hollywood.
In
We
Hollywood.
are in Hollywood. Hello.
Yeah, I know. This is Holly weird. It is to be the host of the Oscars. Nothing good comes from this for the
Oh,
last
yeah,
how many
no.
years?
But you can't benefit.
It
You're going to be
is-
criticized. You're going to be picked
Yeah.
apart.
It used to be one of these things like, oh my God, you got picked to be the host of the Oscars. And ever since what? Was it the year after Jimmy Kimmel? I don't know what year it was. The year after the mistaken La La Land?
La La Land was
or
in
was it the
2017, I think.
Anne Hathaway year
Whenever
with
Kevin
James
Hart,
Franco.
Whenever Kevin Hart.
Oh, got
take over,
canceled.
That's when they're like they go through all your tweets. They
Yeah,
go through
that's
your
That's
what
right. They
You're
went
right,
through.
you're
They
right.
found like a 15-year-old tweet or something.
So nobody wants this job because it doesn't. It's just too much criticism and not worth it. But I think maybe if this actually happens, it could be a good choice. They are talking about rotating hosts, but they're actual stars. Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman could host the Oscars together as part of an ensemble which includes Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler, and The Rock. I could deal with that. That's good. But this is not official yet. It's just out there in the rumblings.
How many people watch that stuff? I mean, like it doesn't get the numbers it used to.
No
It
idea.
still gets more
so
than
much
a
other
regular
stuff
show
to
on
watch.
TV.
And now you
Yeah.
have to have sports. You got to have football.
Yeah,
You have
WrestleMania
ratings
ratings.
or
Or-
content like this. It's
yeah.
live that you have to watch that day of.
Right.
And even
In that
then, it's like
minute.
6 million, 14
I
million.
still just watch the clips.
But I
That's
mean,
you.
but I
A lot of
like.
people.
You want to know
watch
what's
it.
happening like right
I
then
just
and
don't go
there.
to movies anymore. I think the next movie I'll go to is to see Tom Hanks in that movie.
Oh, where they're all in one room.
What's it called?
I forget.
Here? I think it's
But it's like
here.
the
Oh,
whole
yeah, the one that we talked about. It
movie
never moves.
is
The
just
camera
filmed
is
in one room. Like
That's
the
right.
camera never moves.
Basically,
Yeah.
And that's with
Forrest and Jenny are back
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, that's the one we talked about months ago, right? Robin Wright is back with
Saw
Tom
the
Hanks.
trailer.
For
Yeah.
Room.
But then I'm like, can I watch a movie that just takes place in one room?
I'm sure it'll
Well,
be
I
good, but
think
I
Like the
have,
camera
I have
never
no
moves. Like, it's the
interest.
same
Yeah.
angle throughout the
Yeah.
entire
But
movie.
that's what intrigues me, though. It's Tom Hanks, so I trust him. Most of his movies are decent.
Also,
And
think
Robert
of-
Zemeckis made it. The guy that did Forrest Gump and Back to the
Castaway.
Future and
Yeah,
Castaway.
that's what's so exciting about it. But also think about like your favorite show, like when you used to watch How I Met Your Mother. If they did a special episode like that, they'd point it out. They'd be like, on the next How I Met Your Mother, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they would always do some
like
kind of
Seinfeld,
gimmick
they
like
did
that.
one where they went backwards to
I hated
forwards.
that episode.
Yes, they go back and forth. I was watching something, I don't know, maybe it came up on my reels, and they talked about, it was the producers of Friends said the episode where Rachel wouldn't get dressed for the some party. Remember that gala that that Ross had to go to? And then Monica made a mistake phone call. Phoebe spilled something on her dress. Joey said, I wouldn't be doing lunges when I'm going commando.
Put all the clothes on.
They were all in this. It was all in the apartment. That entire episode was just the apartment. They never veered from the apartment. And this reel came up from Martha Kaufman, who was the producer, who said, every now and again when you're doing a series for budgetary reasons, you have to do an episode that's going to be minimal changes. So we decided to do the correspondence episode just in Monica and Rachel's apartment.
Save some cash.
I learned a little insider
cool.
term for that. They call it a ship in a bottle episode, where they just keep it in one episode. There's no, like in one set. It's called a ship in a bottle.
Yeah, now
the Monsters, the Menendez did that a couple times, like in the jail where there's just an interview.
Where they have her back to the camera and he's talking about his
never
abuse.
saw her face this last episode.
No.
I watched it, and this episode took it to the next level. Like, I'm sorry, let those boys out. I mean, that was so horrible what their parents did to them, and now I'm learning more about the mom and things that she was doing as well.
You're going down that rabbit hole. We can have late, Kevin.
And then
horrible.
We can have late on the rabbit hole, Kevin. Everyone went down that
but
rabbit
I keep
hole.
learning, like, once a week I learn more and more. I'm like, Jesus.
You're watching it once a week? You didn't binge
I have a lot going on.
I'm just saying, you can do at least two at a time.
He really
No.
You could have done two at a time.
He's got to get heart exams.
bifocals.
Yes.
You got a cane next week?
I went, all right, hearing aid Helen.
All right, coming up next, all fun and games all the time, but let's not forget our friends in Florida are still suffering from it, getting hit by not one but two hurricanes, Helene and Milton. And we know all too well as Houstonians, when there's a natural disaster, there's nothing worse than being forgotten in the news. I remember when Ike hit in 2008, I remember reading the headlines because nobody had power, and I'd read the headlines on the air and say, well, if y'all want to know where we fall in the national news, we're fifth now, 2 under Britney Spears news.
Yeah, within 3 days.
Like, it just drops.
You.
Harvey got us a little bit longer.
A little bit longer.
Like J.J. Watt, when he did his story, that got it in the national news for sports.
Yeah.
But then after 2 weeks, nobody cared.
Nobody cared. So we're going to talk to one of our colleagues and friends named Doug, who lives in Florida. Doug Hamand, who lives in Florida. He's from Tampa. And we just want to kind of give a little reset as fellow hurricane victims here. We know what they're going through there, and you don't want to feel like you were forgotten.
It's not good there. Even John Lander, I'm Facebook friends with him. Remember him?
Yeah, he used to be on
The radio guy?
93Q.
Oh, he lives there?
Back in
He
the
lives
80s.
in Florida. He lost his whole house, 26 years.
Oh, wow.
He moved down there.
That's who I grew up listening to going to school.
Yeah.
John Lander.
I saw a photo of it just destroyed.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Never had any water in the house, 26 years. And then, boom, lost everything.
Well,
And
we're
he's
gonna-
coastal. He's right there.
Well, we're going to talk to our friend Doug and see what do they need. Like, there's always different organizations or different ways that you can help. We're going to give you some information and help our neighbors next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
For me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
I'm 60 years old, and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 713-913-5285. That's 713-913-5285. 713-913-5285.
104.1 KRBE. Back to the Rule and Ryan Show.
If there is one thing we as Houstonians know how to do, that is weather a storm. And our hearts go out to the people in Florida right now.
Well, unfortunately, we've had to go through Harvey, Ike, you name the storms, and we've been through it as a city. And we know the worst feeling is days or weeks after the storm when everyone is still suffering and your city is still devastated and people are missing and your loved ones have lost their houses. And the news is like, all right, well, let's look at what's going on over here in the national news. So we're going to talk to our friend Doug Hamand. He is one of our colleagues here at Cumulus Media Broadcasting, which owns KRBE, and he lives in Tampa. And we just want to check in with him because we know what it feels like to be in a city that's been hit.
And
now,
to kind of get his eyewitness of what storm it did.
He's
to
in
this
the middle
area.
of this
Yeah,
all.
he's living it right now.
Doug, welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show. Hi, how are you, friend?
I'm good. Good to hear from you guys. And as a matter of fact, I haven't been live on the radio in many, many years, so have your hand on that dump button.
Oh, yeah.
You still got that radio voice.
Yeah. So, Doug, tell everybody exactly did you get hit by Helene and Milton where you live, or did it shift a little bit? You got double hit, right? Helene and Milton in Tampa?
Yeah. We weren't in direct eye on either one. The closest eye was Milton, obviously, for us here in South Hillsborough, where I live. Helene hit up more north. And when that happens and the eye is north of your community, you get surge. And surge, you've tried to walk in the water and down in Galveston Beach, right? You got 2 foot of water and you can't go very fast, right? Well, try that with 8 feet.
Oh, wow.
And 8 feet rushing into your home and busting out your windows and moving your home off your foundation. I mean, it's just it's catastrophic. It really is. And you guys live through it. You guys do it all the time. And, so when Milton hit, he hit more south of us. So we didn't have the surge, but we had all the wind and rain. And we got roof damage, we got tree damage. It's the small stuff. But the folks down like in Sarasota, I heard you talk about Landecker earlier. He lives down that way. Yep. They all got all three. They got surge, wind, and rain. And so where a house used to sit here is probably is a good 200 yards there.
Oh wow!
And it's just amazing what these people are going through. And we're still people with intact dwellings still have over 100,000 people without power. They had a big story this morning, finally on national news, because I was really kind of a little bit upset with them Monday night when they only gave it like 35 seconds.
Yeah.
The schools are going back in one of the less hit counties this morning. So that was a big story they ran with today. But yeah, again, hey, you're not hearing anything about our friends in North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee. All those stories are gone.
Yeah,
And
Doug,
yet
somebody texted us, please don't forget about South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia. They still have over 1,200 people missing, and they've got hundreds dead. It's just terrible.
It's hard to wrap
The news
your mind
forgets about it. It's like, okay, we just we'll do it for 2 days, then forget about it.
Well, because they're infotainment. Doug, what is the number one thing that we can do to help right now? Because I think that's human nature. People want to help.
It's really hit the Red Cross, guys. Text Red Cross to 90999 and donate what you can. If it's $1, if it's $5, help us put our beaches back together that y'all come vacation at.
Yep.
That's a simple thing. Everybody shares this area, and it's such a cool area. And the reason I lived here for 18 years and I'm in radio, you never live anywhere 18 years. But anyway, that's it. I mean, guys up in North Carolina still can't get water to take showers.
Gosh.
I talked to a disc jockey friend of mine who used to work for me in Tampa. He was on the radio for almost 14 days, and they're finally pulling in trailers, to get portable showers.
Gosh.
There's no drinking water. So all these people need your help. They really, really do. And before we disappear off the top of mind, this is one of my last pleas for help.
Yeah. And if you
and it's not for me. We've been great. We're great. We're great.
Let's still even help your
It's
community
for your
and the
neighbors
people in the area.
community, yeah. If you go to krbe.com, guys, you can get a direct link right there because the Red Cross has specified a section just for Hurricane Milton and Helene Red Cross response.
So that money is going directly for that cause. It's not just being thrown into a giant pot that's being distributed across the country. It's going to help these people directly.
Yeah, so click through krbe.com and click where it says Hurricanes Milton and Helene. You'll see that. And the text number is 90999, as Doug said. You text in the text field the words Red Cross. Just straight, no space. Red Cross, 90999.
And you can tell that wind was bad at the Tampa not Devil Rays, but the Rays now, the baseball team. The whole roof, did you guys see that?
Oh, right. They lost
said it's not
part of
even
the
be
roof.
ready for this start of the season. That's how bad it is.
Our glass half full conversations about that is like we finally have an outdoor baseball team.
We finally have an outdoor.
Doug, I've always wanted to ask you, because you have one of those pools with like a fence over it, like a mesh or something.
Screen cage.
Why do they do that for? Is it to keep alligators out or something, or what's the reason?
No, the bugs are vicious, man. If you're out at dusk, you're lifted up and floated away by mosquitoes and no-see-ums. It's just nasty.
Okay, I've always wondered that as well.
A large mosquito just stole my child.
Iguanas.
And iguanas? Oh, yeah.
Little
Lizards.
Oh, yeah.
Lizards,
Yeah.
iguanas, climbing everywhere.
We have lots of We have lots of lizards. They just don't eat the bugs fast enough.
Right. So for those just tuning in, we're talking to our friend and colleague, Doug Hamand. He lives in Tampa, and we just wanted to kind of get a gauge on what's going on in his community and the surrounding communities after being hit with hurricanes Helene and Milton. We have a special page dedicated at krbe.com that takes you right to the Hurricane and Milton and Helene page for the Red Cross. Of course, their website is redcross.org, but you can easily access it through our site, and you can donate via text. Just send the words Red Cross, straight up, no space, to the number 90999. So 90999.
And Doug, did they say how, like Sarasota, did they say like how long it's going to take? 2 years, 3 years, 6 months?
It could take decades, man, to get back on the route.
Really bad.
I mean, it's I just heard from somebody's mother got her new roof from when Ian hit 3 years ago.
Oh, man.
And her new, now she's got to start over.
And, people say to us all the time, Doug, like, how do you guys live in Houston? You guys are always having some, like, thunderstorm or some tornado or some hurricane taking y'all out. I'm sure people say the same thing to people who live in Florida. Like, you guys are way out there in the ocean going back and forth. You know what I mean? You're just kind of like the piece of land just right in the middle where the storms go back and forth. But it's your home. It's your community. You're not going to – you just power through it. You get through it, and you do it again. Right, Doug?
Well, yeah, selfishly, Tampa has been due for a direct hit for over 100 years.
Wow.
I mean, like 1921 was the last time it took a direct hit. So, yeah, selfishly, I'm like, oh, my God, thank God we live here, because it never turns up, into the Gulf and makes a hard ride into Tampa, or it does make a harder ride going to Punta Gorda, Fort Myers, Naples, or it goes up into the Big Bend area. But, yeah, it's home. I mean, even those people from Debbie that got in the Big Bend area, they got their homes completely demolished. Right? Yeah. They had nowhere to go. They still own the land. They're going to make a pole barn that they're going to park their RV under. So when the next storm comes, they're just going to get behind the wheel and drive away.
Oh, man.
They're not even going to build a house anymore. They're just going to do this because they love it here so much.
Yeah.
And are there any insurance companies that are going to stay there? Or like you got two choices now?
Is that right?
And both of them are seriously expensive.
The world is changing, and this unfortunately happens more and more.
Can't really control it.
Yeah, that's the problem. All the big name insurance companies, and kind of be careful here because I'm not really too sure exactly who's left and who's not.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get us into trouble. But there are fewer and far between. Harder to find brand name insurance companies that'll even insure anything in Florida now.
Yeah. Man, that's really something else. Well,
I'm glad you're okay, and glad you're spreading the message to everybody out there that people still need help. Thank you for joining us.
Well, I appreciate this, guys. It's been great to talk to you. I haven't talked to you guys in a long time.
It's been a while.
Big hug to you, Doug.
Come back to Houston. You haven't been here since we did our road show.
The first one, the second one
the
ever,
one
right?
Inspire Financial, I think.
No, it was the one at House of Blues.
Was it House of Blues? Oh, House of Blues.
It was House of Blues.
Okay. You saw that one?
Oh, dear. I can't believe he's still talking to us.
That's why he doesn't come back.
That's why he hasn't been back, right. Doug, take care of yourself.
And there's a real good reason I don't come back.
That was a spicy one.
Take care of yourself, Doug, and God bless you guys. I hope it's an easier go, but I know it's just going to take time. It's just going to take time, but we really think about you guys, and we know how you feel, so we just wish you the best.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks. Have a great day.
All right.
Stay safe. Take care.
All right. Just in case you missed that, krbe.com, there is a link right there for help from Hurricanes Milton and Helene. Red Cross 90999 is the text number. You can make a donation right there. Special K's got a prank call. Does that do something viral, like TikTok viral?
This young lady went viral unexpectedly. So we're going to offer her an opportunity to come to my TikTok University of sorts.
God, TikTok University?
It's a university
A
now.
production company and university where we teach and benefit from the TikTok quiz.
How to tick and talk. We're going to find out next on The Rule and Ryan Show.
From the Bell Furniture